So it's interesting that you use the word or the phrase consistent with our values. And it seems to me that the values have shifted dramatically with the people that are inside of our, in air quotes, leadership right now, and even in Congress, and even within the Democratic Party. There does seem to be a divide. If you were put into office, how would you go about getting an essence of solidarity, at least within the party, if not within the entire Congress, so that we can get what we believe to be our American values back? That is humanity and, contributing to the betterment of humanity worldwide, versus what we're seeing right now, which is absolute atrocities. We use the word G-side in these TikTok streets here. I don't know how you feel about it, but anyway, I'll let you go ahead and respond to that.
Yeah. So, building consensus around how do we create a foreign assistance infrastructure that supports our values, and how do we define those values and what they look like internationally? This is an area where I think that we have spent far too long, and this is a veteran saying this, by the way, we've spent far too long putting too much investment into the defense side of things as opposed to recognizing the soft power component that has been far more effective over the course of our history. And so how do we strengthen, of course, USAID was cut. How do we strengthen programs like that or create a new form of USAID that's able to do that? And I think there are those areas to build coalitions around that, because again, it focuses on how do we deliver aid? How do we deliver human assistance? How do we make sure that we're supporting people and showing our values that way and not just giving arms out to everybody, because that's not helping anything. And more when you look at both Republicans and Democrats, you're seeing this pushback on the military-industrial complex and seeing the fact that it is focused purely on profits and not actually reasonable American foreign policy. And so we've got to be able to strengthen our diplomatic corps and identify those areas that we're able to work more effectively with both the international bodies like the UN and NATO and all the rest, while also making sure that we're supporting our other alliances and having the things, and in many cases, by going in the wrong direction here, we have ceded leadership over to China and Russia and so many others that have been able to now, gain influence in other communities that are hurting us back here in the United States. And so I think that's how you build that coalition. I think the discussion around American values is, I think that we're there, and we just forget sometimes that we actually have to use that in our decision making.